Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to cover Java 8 coding interview questions. So we are going to take one employee class and we are going to add certain fields in that employee class and we are going to do the coding interview questions on that Java 8 coding interview questions. Okay. So we are going to cover below type of questions in this particular video. Like we are going to cover by using filter, then map, then sorting, then grouping by, and then by combining operations. Okay, so we will start with the filter first. So we will start from the easiest one to the toughest one. So let's get started. So we are going to cover first question based on the filter operation. So our first question is filter employees by city and age. So in this case, a city and an age will be given to you and you have to find out the employees who live in that city and their age is that particular age, whatever is given. Okay. So now we will go to our Spring Tool suite and we will try to do this kind of a question. So here we are on our Spring Tool suite and we have created one employee class in which fields are employee name, age, salary and city. And we have an employee main class in which I have added some dummy values. So we will first say like string city, like we want the city, the candidate should be living in the New York. Okay, suppose I'm just for this, I'm doing it like he's living in the New York and his age is 25. Okay, so we want to filter out the employee who lives in New York City and whose age is 25. So what we can do is we have to use this employees dot stream dot filter. Okay, and here we are using the lambda expression x dot get age, whose age should be equal to this age, right? And his city should be New York. X dot get city dot equals should be New York, right? So now we have to collect it back to a list. So what we can do is dot collect collectors dot to list. Okay, so here we have done it. So we will just try to print this. It will return you a list. Okay, so suppose I am just collecting it to a list. I'm just saying it to be employees one. Okay, let's try to print it. Employees one. So here if you see, he has given us Michael Johnson, whose age is 25 and lives in the city New York. Now suppose we want the candidate who lives in Chicago but whose age is 25. Okay, so now let's try to see, do we have any employee? Yeah, see here it is returning the empty list, so that there is no employee who lives in city Chicago and whose age is 25. Okay, so one thing more I want to tell you. So here we are using collect collectors.toList, right? So if you are using Java 8, then you have to do it with this. But in Java 17, you can just use toList, okay, which will return you the same thing whatever we were doing before. Okay, so this was our first question. Now we will move to the next question. So our next question is filter a list of employee to include only those who are younger than 30 years of age. Okay, we are using employees dot stream dot filter and we want the employee age should be less than 30, correct? And we want to collect it back to a to list. So we will just print this and we will see are we getting it or not. So yeah, here if you see, it has returned like Michael Johnson whose age is 25, then Emily Brown 24. So now let's move to the next question. So our next question says filter employees who are earning salary more than 50,000. Okay, so here we are, employees dot stream dot filter. Okay, x dot get salary should be greater than 50,000. Okay, we can take it back to a list and we will just try to print it. Okay, so yeah, these are the employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. So now let's move to the next question. So our next question are based upon the mapping operation. Okay, so first question is convert employee names to uppercase and store them back to a list. So here we are, so we will do employees dot stream dot map x dot get employee name dot to uppercase. Okay, and we are going to collect it to a list and we will just say uppercase. It will be returning you the strings, right? Not the employee object. Yeah, so sys out uppercase, and let's try to print it. Yes, if you see, it has converted all the names to the uppercase like. So now let's move to the next question. So our next question says, create a list that contains the length of the name of all the employees using Java 8 string. So now suppose we have Joe, John, Doe, like what exactly the length is. John is 4 character, Doe is 3 character, and 1 is space, that total 8, right? And then suppose we have another employee whose name is ABC, so his length is 3. So this kind of we have to create a list where we are just keeping the length of the name of employee. Okay, so let's move to the Spring Tool suite. Get employee name dot length, and we want to take it back to a list. So we will just directly print it, and yeah, let's see. Yes, so it has converted. So John 4 characters, this is 3, total 8. Let's move to the next question. So our next question says, generate a map where keys are the employee name and values are initial of their names. Okay, so suppose John Doe, this is the key, and value is J and D because his initial are J and D, right? So let's do this question. So let's get started. So we will do this again, employees.stream, and we have to create a map, right? So maps key will be the name of the employee and value will be the initials like J and D. So we'll do collect, we have already done collectors to map. So the key will be the name of the employee. So we'll use the method referencing get employee name, and value. For that we are going to use the lambda expression, and we will create a method and we will call this method by using this lambda expressions. Okay, so we are sending this particular whatever the key value will be getting, we will whatever the the list we are getting, we are sending that list to this particular method, and here we are going to create the method. Okay, so first of all from this take out the name, and now we want to do this split. So we want to split it by based upon the space. Okay, we want to split it based upon the space, and it will return you a string array, and we will just say exp names. Okay, so now we will create a string builder because we want to append the first character like the here J and S. Okay, so we'll use p is equal to new string builder, and we will use the for each method name, and here we will add employee names. Okay, so we will do sp dot append name dot char at index 0 because we want the first index. Okay, first index like J we want, and then S, so we want to append it, so we have appended it, and now we will return it, and we will try to print it. So now see, let's see what it prints. See, here it has given John Day, JD, Olivia Wilson, OW. So now let's move to the next question. So now our next question are based upon the sorting operation. So we will see the first question. So first question says, implement a Java 8 comparator to sort a list of employees based on their names in alphabetical order. So we want to use the comparator, and we want to sort the employees name based upon their alphabetical order. Okay, so let's go to the Spring Tool suite and we will do this program. So employees.stream, so we have a function called sorted, and we want to sort them based upon the names, right? So comparator, sorry, so we will be using the comparator dot comparing, and we want to sort them based upon the name. Yes, let's try to print this. It will return as a list, right? To list. Yeah, here it has sorted it based upon the based upon their names. Like Emily is coming first, then J, in alphabetical order this is. Okay, so if we want to sort it based on the reverse order, so we can use here reversed. Okay, and it will sort it based upon the reversed order. So W came, then O came. So next, now let's move to the next question. So our next question says, write a sort employees by age and salary. Write a comparator to sort a list of employees first by age in ascending order, and for employees with the same age, sort them by salary in descending order. Okay, so we want to sort it first. We have to sort it by age. Okay, after sorting it by age in ascending order, now suppose there can be a chance like two employees are having the same age. So if they're having the same age, so we want to sort their salary. We want to sort them based upon their salary in descending order. Okay, so let's move to the Spring Tool suite and we will try to do this. So it says first we have to sort it based upon the age. Okay, string dot sorted comparator dot comparing get age, right? Then we have to sort it based upon their salary, and that should be in the descending order. Okay, dot collect, there is one method, dot then comparing. Okay, so we will just give a space so that can be readable. So we have to do it again, comparator dot comparing based upon the salary, right? Employee get salary, and that should be in the reversed order, correct? So first we have to sort it based upon the age, and if two employees are having the same age, then it should be based upon their salary, right? So let's try to print this. It will return as a list, right? Dot to list. Yeah. Here if you see, we have first sorted it based upon the age, like 24, then 25, then 27. And here if you see two employees like Jane Smith and John Doe, both are having the same age, right? Like the 32, their age is 32. So we want to, like both are having the same age. Now, if the two employees are having same age, then we want to sort it by their salary, and that should be in the reversed order. Okay. So here if you see, the salary of Jane Smith was 75,000, so that's why it came first. And the salary of John Doe was 60,000, that's why it came second. Now suppose we make his salary as 80,000, 90,000. So now John Doe should come first and Jane Smith should come after that. So now let's try to run this. Here if you see, John Doe, whose salary was 90,000, came first, and then Jane Smith, whose salary is now lesser than the 90,000, came after that. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. So our next question says, sort the employees by their city first, and within each city, sort them by their names in reversed alphabetical order. Okay. So what we have to do is, first we have to sort the employees by their city. And suppose two employees are having the same city, then we want to sort them by their names in reverse alphabetical order. It should be in the reverse order. Okay. It is similar to that of the first one. Employees dot stream dot sorted. So we will just give a space here. So we want to sort them based upon their city first. Comparator dot comparing employees by their city. Sorry, by their city first. Okay. And if two employees are having the same city, then by their name in reverse order. Dot. So we will just give the space again. Dot then comparing comparator dot comparing again by their name, right? Employee get, sorry, get employee name, and that should be in the reversed order. Dot reversed. It is similar to that of the first one. So now let's try to print this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sorry, we have to convert it to a list, right? Yeah, here if you see, so the city is Chicago, starts with C, comes first, and then it's Chicago again. So both are having the same city. So we want to sort it by their name, and that should be in the decreasing order or in the descending order. So W, William is coming here, and the second is Jane, right? So W comes after Jane, so it's in the reversed order. If we will not use the reversed order, so this one, Jane Smith will come first and Williams will come second. Okay, so let's try to do this. We are just removing this reversed order. So here if you see, both are Chicago and Chicago, both are having the same city, and it has sorted in ascending order where J is coming first and then the W is coming, right? So this is the sorting. Based upon the sorting, first we have sorted it based upon the city, and if two employees are having the same city, then we are sorting it based upon the name, and that should be in the reversed order, correct? So now we will move to the next question. So our next question is based upon the grouping by operation. So our question is, group employees by city. Java 8 stream to group employees by their city and store the result in a map. So we want to group the employees by city. Like suppose there are employees who are living in Chicago. then whosoever is living in Chicago, the Chicago should be the key, and value should be the employee object. Two employees will be there, right? Last in the last example we have seen, those two should be in the value. So now we will see how we can do this. So here we are, and we want to result it back to a map, right? So we have to use this employees dot string, and we have to use this collect, and there is something called collectors dot grouping by. Okay, it will return you a map. Okay, so here we want employees, we are using the method referencing here, get city, right? So we want to group all the employees, if Chicago should be the key and value should be the John Smith and John Day, right? So now let's try to run this. It will give you a map where it will be grouped based upon the city. So here if you see in the New York, only one guy is living, who is John Doe. Okay, so next is, sorry, in the New York we have two employees, one is John Doe and one is Michael Johnson. So here if you see, New York is the key and the value is this. First employee is this one, second employee is this one, Michael Johnson, right? Similarly for the Chicago city, Chicago is the key and there are two employees, like one is the Jane Smith who is living in Chicago, and then is the William Davis. So yeah, William Davis who is living in the Chicago. So this is all about the grouping by. So now we will move to the next question. So yeah guys, so we will stop the video here because it will, if we will cover all the question, the video length will get increased. So in the upcoming video, the part 2 of this video, we will cover the more questions based upon the grouping by and based upon the combining operations, and there are some few more questions which are very important in Java 8. So if you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.